Hello, Tony Walker. Got some more videos for you. I just got finished recording the video for this, the E1L Outdoorsman, the new upgraded version with the two-way pocket clip and the higher output. So I hope you'll check that out. And this video is going to be for the E2D LED Defender Ultra, model number E2DLU-A. So if you just type in Surefire Defender on eBay and buy the first thing you see, make sure you know what you're getting. A couple different models of the Surefire Defender flashlight. There is the, I believe it's the 6X or 6PX. I think, don't hold me to it, but there's the Fury Defender, I believe. There's also the original Defender flashlight, which was an incandescent bulb. You want to make sure you're not getting that, unless that's what you're out to buy. But don't spend $200 on that and think you're going to get the newest item. So just make sure, just like with anything, whether you're buying an iPhone or iPod or iPad or Toyota Tacoma, the models change ever so often. So just make sure you do your research before you buy anything too quickly. So if you want the newest version, this will be the 500 lumen Defender. The previous version was 200 lumens. That's the one, my first Surefire flashlight I had. You can see the YouTube video about that going back to last year. Maybe even a year and a half ago, possibly. But that was the 200 lumen version. The LED version before that was 120 lumens. So even in the same size, the same form factor, and the same appearance pretty much, you've gone from a 120 lumen LED output all the way up to this new 500 lumen output. Show you a few little things about the box. You can read that as well as I can, but I do want to show it to you. As I've said on good many videos, if I'm going to spend a good bit of money on something, I try to find out everything I can about it. That way when the product comes in the mail, I already know a good bit about it. So a 500 lumen max output, 5 lumen low output, 67 hours on low, and 2 hours and 15 minutes on high. So a good long low run time, and then adequate high run time. Certainly can't complain about the run time on high when it's putting out that much light. So that's what the packaging looks like there. Not going to read all this. Just going to show it to you. You can pause and go back and read if you'd like to. 5.6 inches, 4.2 ounces. Okay, let's open it up. I've had this for about a week and a half, I guess. And when I opened it up, as I told somebody on Candle Power forums recently, I guess just like people think about their first car, their first house, or the first little apartment they lived in when they moved out on their own, or the first place they went out to eat after their child was born. You know, all those little sentimental things. Now, obviously, a flashlight isn't going to compare to that. But I do remember the first time my first Surefire flashlight came in the mail. Bought it from Home Depot's website. Now, it was full retail price there, but I had a gift card, which brought it down a good bit. Or very, very significantly. Just had to put a little bit of money with the gift card to get it. And so I remember the first Surefire flashlight I bought. It was the 200 lumen version of this right here. And I sold it last year. Kind of regret doing that. But got this after about a year or so to replace it, and glad I did. I'll show you a few things about this. In the 2012, can't remember now if it was the 2012 or 2013 Surefire catalog, they were talking about an upgraded version of the Defender that came up to 250 lumens from 200, the previous model. And that one never surfaced, but thankfully it didn't, because it ended up surfacing with one of these, more than double the output of the old model, so 500 lumens. Just talking about it a little bit. Well, let's take it apart first. Got your tail cap, comes off. The split ring does not come installed on there. I did that myself. And that's to attach a lanyard to. I'll show you that in a moment. And this video is going to be very similar to the other Defender video I did, as far as the logistics. I've been using it with the 2 rechargeable batteries from Surefire. As I said in the outdoorsman video, you don't get as long runtime out of these, but you do have in the back of your mind the knowledge of when they burn out, I don't have to go buy 2 more batteries for $5. I just go to my kitchen, pull out my charger, recharge them, and it gives you a lot more liberating freedom in your flashlight use. You're not thinking in the back of your mind that you got to conserve these expensive batteries. One good thing about the tail cap that I like is that it is flat on the bottom, and even with this split ring, the way the little grooves are cut out here, the little miniature crenulations, is that ring fits down in that groove, so it's not going to make it wobbly. You can have this ring on here, use it for a lanyard attachment, leave it on there when you're not using it, and it's still not going to interfere with the flashlight's ability to stand upright. The head, one difference between this and the last model, you have the spring contact right here, and that's screwed down. So the last Defender, you could tap it on the bottom, and you just get a tiny flicker where the batteries were losing contact with the head. And that's taken care of in this model. The only physical difference, I guess, between this and the last model, mainly the thing that you mainly would notice, is that the head diameter has increased a little bit. It has gone from a 1-inch bezel to a 1 1/8 of an inch bezel, I believe. 1.125 inches, I believe that's 1 inch and 1/8. And the stripe bezel, see if I can show you this. If you look on the left and right there, you see how the strikes, they come up and then they take like maybe I don't know, about a 45-degree inward angle or so, somewhere thereabouts. And then I can't show this, but it's almost as if they come up on the inside from the lens and the outside, the body, of course, and they meet in the middle. With the old Defender, it was more of a straight up right here, and then a sharper angle going down to the lens. Still plenty sharp, but as other people have noticed and pointed out online, maybe just a hair more conservative on the strike bezel, but still just as cool looking. And as you know, these expensive flashlights, I didn't buy them because I need them. The reason I bought that first Defender, because it was a cool looking flashlight with sharp edges. Okay, E2D LED Defender Ultra. Got the website on the tail cap. Got the logo right there. Caution hot surface. And I know I've told this story on one of the videos. I can't remember which one it was. The original Defender that I had, we had an old-fashioned day at church, and I wore a pair of overalls to church that morning. And my daughter, and I had the light sticking in my chest pocket, like most overalls have. And my daughter hit the switch and turned it on, which would be a good time to point out that to prevent that from happening, unscrew this tail cap a little bit. See the space right there? Right there. Light's not going to come on. So, screw it back. Probably don't even have to unscrew it that far, but just to illustrate. And my daughter hit this switch and turned the light on, and so we started down the road. We were maybe about 10 minutes away from church, or away from home after leaving church, maybe 10 minutes away, about halfway from church and home, and I started noticing my chest started burning. and the head on this light was on high mode, or the other Defender, not this one, but the 200 lumen version. And I said, man, my chest is burning. And I reached my hand in there, and I said, man, it's hot. And I pulled my flashlight out. My flashlight was on. So it really is a hot surface. And this one, you can actually, when you do turn it on, I can actually feel the heat on my hand coming off the light. So obviously that was the high. Two-way pocket clip. Let's see if I can illustrate. Head up. Could wear it like that, although I'm not really sure why. Any situation why you would. Seems like most situations are going to be better suited to carry the light like that. Now you can imagine this being a pair of jeans or khakis or whatever. Only about a 3/4 of an inch of the light is going to poke out when you're carrying it like that. Whereas if you carry the light like this, you're going to have 2 inches of the light, and the glass and the bezel and the sharp edges going to have all that poking up. I'm sure there would be some instances where maybe you could get a better grip on it like this, and there's your thumb. But then again, it seems like it's also just as quick to, if this is your blue jeans or whatever, your pocket, be able to reach down, grab it like that, and you've got it ready same way. So everybody, I've never heard anybody praise the one-way pocket clip. I've always heard everybody praise the two-way pocket clip. I believe that's everything as far as the characteristics of the light. Surefire Lanyard, just to show you. If you want to know more about Surefire Lanyards, you say, Tony, what is there to know about Surefire Lanyards? Quite a good bit, actually. If you watch my original Defender video, I probably spend 10-15 minutes just talking about my search for the perfect Surefire Lanyard. And believe it or not, there is a few options with those. So that's blurry. There we go. So that's that. I do carry it sometimes. I'll show you this. One thing with this head being bigger, I did have the clear diffuser, the red filter, and the blue filter for my original Defender. And when I sold it, I just sold the filters with it because when I sold it, I just bought the EB1, and it had a 1.125 inch head, and so the old filters no longer fit. And so Surefire finally came out with these. I got this at LA Police also, $21. Order it from Surefire is going to be $30. But it does fit these newer upgraded lights. I didn't show it on the Outdoorsman video, but this filter does fit on the E1L Outdoorsman. And what this does, just in case you haven't seen, is it makes the, see on low how the light is spread out, there's no definite hot spot. Take it off, you can see on low that there is a definite hot spot. Put this filter over it, and it is daylight outside, so I'm not going to be able to show you quite as well as I would if it was nighttime, but you get the idea. So that's with the filter on, and that's with the filter off. Spreads the light out into a diffuse pattern, just as the name suggests. Let me go ahead and show you on high what it looks like. Filter on high. That's 500 lumen. Obviously my iPhone isn't going to do the justice as maybe one of Marshall Hoot's videos cameras and set up. But then again, he's a professional and I'm not. If you've never checked out his videos, you are in for a treat. And if you've never been to a store, go to a store. So it's like Disney. Somebody explained it. Disney World for flashlight people. High, low. Difference between this and an Outdoorsman and some of the other lights, instead of coming on low first, it's going to come on high first. So click or lightly press for high. Lightly press for momentary high, or click for high, constant. off. If you want to get to low, activate the switch 2 times within 2 seconds. So you can, the quickest way to get to low is momentary press on high, and then release, and then click on low. So just to show you what that's like, just like that. You don't have to click it 2 times to get to low like this. No need for 2 clicks, where you can just do a momentary press, release, and then click. Just like that. So that saves you a click. Usually this is the flashlight I carry when I'm going out to the store or just out for the day or whatever. And usually I'll carry it just like this. The filter serves 2 purposes. It serves to broaden the light out a little bit. Because in most situations, you know, just carrying a light around, you don't really need all the throw that this light is capable of. So the filter serves as maybe to smooth the beam out. I was going to say a little bit, smooth the beam out and broaden it out very much so. But it also protects your pocket a little. A lot of people complain on the Candle Power forums about the edges being too wearisome on the pockets. Well, my suggestion would be just do that, and that takes care of all your troubles. Got a nice smooth head with a wide beam. Take it off, you've got a defensive head with a tight beam. So I think that's the smartest route to go, but that's just my opinion. And I'll carry it in my left pocket, and so you know, you want to think these things through. Think about which one of these holes on the tail cap that you would like to put the split ring on. If I have the light in my pocket like this, just at this angle, where do I want the lanyard to go? I want the lanyard to go down in my pocket so it's not hanging out to catch on anything. And so I put the split ring on this tail cap hole. That way the natural flow of the lanyard is going to go down inside my pocket. Now if you want if I'm in a situation where I want the lanyard to be on the outside for quicker access, just unscrew it half a turn, and there you go. Pocket clip's still right there, but instead of the lanyard being over here to the right, the lanyard is now over here to the left. And when it's turned like that, just remember, you're not going to get not going to be able to activate it due to the that's not a fault, that's actually advertised as a feature, the lockout tail cap. I believe that's everything I wanted to show you, but that is the E2D LED Defender Ultra with a Surefire Lanyard. You can even see the little focus. Not going to focus it. There we go. The little SF on the clip, Surefire Lanyard. I said this a couple years ago, but if anybody knows where I could get these clips just by themselves, where Surefire gets them from, I'd love to have a good many of these. They could serve a lot of good purposes, but I've seen some clips similar. Can't find the real thing. Oh yeah, I did want to show you one thing. The holster. The holster that Surefire recommends, don't hold me to it, I don't have it in front of me, but I believe it's the V91. V91. I've had the V91 before because that is also the same holster that Surefire recommends with the 200 lumen Defender with the 1-inch bezel head, and I didn't like the way it rode on my belt. It seems like it set up too high and just made it look too long. So this is the be honest, I can't remember if this is the V20 or V21. But you can see with that little bit bigger head that this holster wasn't designed for. If you push the light down as far as it'll go and pull this flap as tight as you can and pull it down, you see you still have a little bit of Velcro showing right there. Still got plenty of contact, enough where it's not going to come loose. You know, but if that's something you care about, you don't care to have that Velcro showing, I just want to point that out, every little detail on these videos that I can. The bottom is open. But sometimes I'll carry it in this holster like this, but a lot of times I will carry it with the filter on, or excuse me, not the filter, the diffuser. The color tops are filters, the clear is a diffuser, and the clip like that. So when I'm carrying it like that, that is my go-to Surefire flashlight. Any questions you have about these flashlights, let me know in the comments. Be sure to check out the other videos, the pocket knives, the multi-tool tools, the flashlights, the building I sit in when I do these videos, as well as the preaching sermons and the Bible video reviews. The inside of the Bible, I direct you to my sermon videos of the outside of the Bible as far as the quality, the construction, the leather material. You can find those on the Bible review YouTube videos. There's a whole world of flashlights, and the same thing could be said about Bibles. You can spend $10 on a Bible or $200 on a Bible. You spend $10 on a flashlight, $200 on a flashlight. And one of the biggest things you figure out as soon as you pick it up in your hands, a lot of times before you even open it up, or in a flashlight's case, turn it on, you can right away tell the difference. So if there's anything you'd like me to talk about or answer in the comments, just be sure to send me a message. Any question about some of the other videos, be sure to look those up and send me a message there as well. Check out the website, that's preachertony.com. You can check out my podcast on the iTunes store. The link there is at preachertony.com. And I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. You can find all those links also at preachertony.com. Thanks for watching.